Pardon me. Pardonnez-moi. Here we go. Wednesday, the whatever it is. What is it today? Is it the 15th or 14th or something like that? Of July. Jenny Grace, first in the house. Big respect, Jen. Just sent you a message. Right, sorry about that. Bob Chewy, lost connection for some reason. That's because you was first in the house, Jenny. They're on to us. Mike Hills, hi, I'm just going to let the numbers go up. Mr. Perrett, big respect. I used to work with a Perrett. He was from, where was he from? Chippenham. Sean Perrett. Oh, just let the figures go up a wee bit. Hello, Alan Green. I want my man. So, I didn't advertise. Cappy MC, how are ya? How are you, bruv? Right, I'm on 172. It's funny with the figures how they do fluctuate. They go up and down. They really do. I'm sort of at the moment on the lowest that I've been in for a couple of months. So maybe it's because it's a Wednesday. There might be something on telly tonight, you know. Something might be happening. So usually I could be on 300 hits now. No, I've been spoilt though. That's why. You know, a little while back, 100, and I'll be like, oh, brilliant. So I just let it go up a little bit. I've just started. Gary Gumbo Clark. You're not ex-old Bill, Gary, are you? By any chance? Used to know Gary Clark in the old Bill. Mind you, I don't get hardly any ex-old Bill watching me. Any of the ones I used to work with all run for the hills when they were asked to make a statement or whatever. I am a bit Paul, right, we're on 200. It's taken a little while to get to 200. Dropped down now. 2 people have had enough and gone home. 4 people have gone home. What's happening? Oh, we're back to 200 again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right, right. Wednesday's brew. Kieran, big respect to you, my man. Hello, Paula. Censoring me. Maybe they are. Well, to say it gets crazier by the day is an understatement. Really, it's just... Hello, Ray. Ray, I got one of your teas in there. Ray gave me some Irish tea. Some proper paddy tea. So I've got one of them in there. Hello, Martin. My mate Martin. Martin from Bournemouth. How are you, my friend? Right, so... I've been inundated with hello Nancy, let's have a chat, tomorrow's best. I'm starting to get a little bit fatigued now. It has been full on, absolute full on for a good part of hello there, Kev. Well, you spelt my name wrong, Kev. You put Ledger. That's something you write your accounts in. I'm a wedger. Don't know what that is, a wedger. Don't even know where the name come from. We're the only ones in the phone book, when there was a phone book. As I say, it's not difficult for anyone to find me. I don't really hide where I live and all that. So, and I've given the police an open invite to come around my house and search any time they want. I've got absolutely nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. They can have my computer anytime they want, look for my internet history. They can go through my phone. I've got absolutely no skeletons at all. No skeletons at all. Right, so where was we? Right, so SRA victims, anyone, well, 2 strands here. Anyone who doesn't believe in it, well, I can't get to you. I really can't, because this is probably where this is going to end up going. SRA, and it is just interconnected. And even those that have been abused and it wasn't ritualistic, you'll probably find those that were behind it are involved in ritualistic abuse. There is a connection, you know, definite connection. So I I've had some horrific stories, and I'm hearing the names of quite well-known gangsters mentioned. One in particular, I'm not going to go into it, keeps cropping up, and the same old politicians that keep cropping up, and it's just getting madder and madder. The same venues keep cropping up, and the abuse, no matter where it is in the country and also globally, it's very consistent, very, very consistent. Now, I want to go through a few things that has been said to me. One woman today has named a member of the royal family as heavily involved, and it's not the first time we've heard of this male member of the royal family. She reported it to the police, as did another victim who reported this to the police of the same man, right, the same male member of the royal family, and it went nowhere. So that's the reason. Okay. Now, this woman wrote a book on her experiences, and the publishing company said, if you mention about the member of the royal family, we can't do anything. We won't be able to go to print. And also, if you mention about the satanic side of it, no one will believe you. We won't sell any books, so drop it out. There seems to be a reason that people deny the Satanist side of things. Those that have been abusing that environment are in a divided camp. Some say that this is a full-on demonic thing, and others say they do it because they enjoy it. Either way, it's still appalling. Still appalling. And I've heard some truly horrific things. And there's something I want to say here, and it's something that's been troubling me for a little while, and it's the involvement of the intelligence services, of which I'm not a member. Okay, so if we can pass it on to what's that idiot woman called, Yolandi thingy, and Angela brain damage Disney or whatever it is, and Mr. Harvey, that I do not work for MI6 or MI5. I worked for the Metropolitan Police up until 2017, October. The 27th of October 2017 is when me and those mob, I've been told I'm not allowed to call them pigs or filth, but I still probably will when it comes to certain individuals. I will still refer to them in a derogatory fashion, but I won't refer to your average Johnny Bobby on the beat, because it's not their fault. It isn't their fault at all. So why are the intelligence services getting involved? Now, this might sound a little bit obtuse, but bear with me. If a politician sticks his knob inside a young boy, it's disgusting, it's evil, and it's just wrong on millions of levels, right? And we know that, and we get that, okay? Right. However, it is not going to affect the political stability of the UK. It definitely won't affect the financial stability / instability of our nation. Okay? And it won't. It will be an embarrassment. It might even be reduced to a minor inconvenience. Right? But there is no need for the military intelligence services to get involved. However, if this politician is a Satanist and he's connected and protected, and again, connection and protection, and we must look at that, and we must look at the trolls the same way, connection and protection. They're connected to each other and they protect each other, right? So if we look at these politicians, why do they know actors? Okay, why do they then know high-ranked police officers? Maybe I can see that link there through work, right? And why do they know gangsters? Why do politicians know gangsters? But if we chuck into the mix Satanism, then we complete the jigsaw puzzle. And we then understand the reason why military intelligence gets involved, because if people realise that the people that they've been looking up to, they've been going to their concerts, they've been watching their films, they've been buying their magazines, they've been going to their churches, you know, they've been supporting them politically, all right, are Satanists. That's going to cause a problem, a very, very big problem. And it's going to cause an international problem, right? And it could probably cause a revolution. And this is why the police will not investigate it. This is why the IOPC, I just read my letter that I sent to the IOPC because I had a copy of it. I named 3 police officers, senior police officers, right? And not one reference to them in my response, not one reference. They are all Satanists, right? And I want to know what they're doing about it. And of course they've written back and said, we will not be looking into it. So I will be taking this matter further. But then we look at how dogmatically that they attack the victims and the survivors. We look at how the NHS get involved and these people start to get sectioned. We then look at what's termed gang stalking. And then we start looking at what is happening now in respect to things like QAnon and the stuff that they're claiming Trump is doing, draining the swamp. And what he's doing, and if it's true, because I don't know if it is, but if it's true, and I hope it is, then they are going to expose Satanism. They're going to expose the likes of Tom Hanks. They may well expose Prince Andrew's involvement in it, who knows? Epstein with his temple, an ancient temple. This goes back to Sumerian Baal worship, which is Satanism under another guise. And we're starting to see a pattern emerging. And we're starting to see why wars are fought. We're starting to see why there is a need to start locking us down. There is a need to keep us in poverty, because we're getting very near to exposing what's going on. All right, and I never thought I would get in this deep, but I have. I'm in it up to my neck, and I mean that. And people say to me, are you frightened? Had I not have had my faith in Jesus, I'd be petrified. I would. The people that are coming to me that are saying that were involved in Satanism, they were victims of it, and they said what kept them alive was the white light, you know, and it was Jesus, was whatever, the white light, the angels, Jesus, that saved them. We're hearing this consistently and consistently from the victims and survivors, and they go on then about the darkness of those involved and the fact that those involved were incredibly well connected, and the police officers that were in attendance, the doctors that were in attendance, right, the magistrates that were in attendance, you know. And we have shut our eyes to this for too long. Like I said, I've had people sort of walk away now because they're frightened. I've had people that stated they were going to give intelligence, now too scared to come forward to me. I've had people that were working with me on field intelligence just saying they can't cope with it, and it's causing problems with their sleep. It's causing them to have bad nightmares. It's causing problems at home, and they're saying their personality is changing for the negative because they're not protected. Because they are not protected, because this is a spiritual battle, and it is deep, and it really, really is deep. Now, why do they do it? Well, they do it because they get rewarded for it. There is instant reward, there is power, there is gratification, all the lower chakra stuff, money, sex, power, but it's all bullshit. It can't save you, and it will never save you, and it never has saved anyone. We're all going to get old, we're all going to die. And we're all going to be in that position where we're on our deathbeds, drawing that last breath. And our life will be flashing in front of ourselves, and it will. And we'll have the chance to reflect on what we've done and what we haven't done. Now, I want to go to my grave. Hopefully it won't be a premature one. Hopefully I will see my grandchildren grow up, and I will see my children blossom, and I will see this world a better place. Hopefully that will happen. But I want to go to my grave, right, to what is waiting for me, knowing I did everything, and I mean everything I could, to expose this filth, this rot, this malevolence that is attacked. Right? And I'm working in a school with autistic kids, and it's a job that I've really grown to love. I knew nothing about it, but I'm liking it. And they put videos on for the kids, they put Disney films on, and I'm starting to see how filthy these Disney films are. They make them watch Newsround, and I'm watching Newsround and see what a socialist agenda they're pushing to children, and then it's the BBC that are doing it, and I'm starting to see these things with such clarity. And I don't care if people say, don't go down the conspiracy route, because it was conspiracy. It was senior officers conspiring to shut me up, right, that put me on this path. So it's a conspiracy that took me on this path. So of course there'll be a conspiracy, right? The only people who can't conspire are a husband and wife in law. Is it not a conspiracy when these people got together in their covens to conspire to rape, torture and mutilate children? Is that not a conspiracy? Is it not a conspiracy for them to organise a venue, for them to rally round and summons all their tossers that are part of this? Is it not a conspiracy for them to clean up afterwards and make sure there is no forensic footprint, and then to have this what do they call it, this silence, this agenda of silence, with the comfort, if you can call it that, that no one will ever speak out? That is all a conspiracy. Conspiracy is not a bad word. Conspiracy is an actual word. It is a part of statute legislation. You can conspire to commit any serious arrestable offence, or any arrestable offence come to that. You conspire, right? And you conspire in normal life, so it's not a conspiracy at all, you know? I'm hearing such horrific things, and people say, how can you trust these people? I don't know, I can't trust them, and maybe I don't trust them, but does it really matter? These people are clearly damaged and broken when I speak to them and when they come to me, and my job is to put their testimony out there. That is it. Now if they have that opportunity to put it out there and they screw it up, that's down to them, isn't it? What can I do about that? But it hasn't happened yet. We've had 100% success rate in what we're doing. That means we're doing the right thing. We are doing what is meant to be done. You know, doors are opening all the time. Every day I wake up, there's a phone call from a different person. But do you know what? They've got an identical story to tell, you know? And we are hearing cover-ups time and time and time again. And I will say to people, just speak out. You might not have another chance to speak out. Things may change so drastically in the next year that even social media might be shut down. We have got a chance, this little snippet of time, the now that we're in now. They are changing our society in front of our eyes. And I'm sorry, if people want to fall out with me because of my opinion on COVID, then sod off, because I don't care. This is not about a cough and a runny nose. It isn't. Anyone who believes this narrative, honestly, I don't want to insult you, but you've got to be mental. You've got to be, it's craziness. It is so wrong. They are shutting us down. They are really shutting us down now. And it is happening. And it really is happening. So how long before the social media is shut down? Right, the people's media, that is what we got here. How long before that is closed down? So I say to people, if you're in two minds, you've done the brave thing, you've endured everything, you've been through it. That is the only brave act. That is brave beyond belief. Speaking to me is not bravery, it isn't. It's doing the right thing. And let's tell the world what happened. Let's wait. We are waking people up. We are massively waking people up. people are ringing me up every morning saying, I watched your stuff, it's been sent to me, I need to talk to you, I want to talk to you. Please, can I talk to you? I am travelling the country as of next week, getting statements. I am going to the north, to the south, all over the place, right? And I am driven to do it. Something inside me is waking me up at the earliest hour in the morning, and I'm still awake and buzzing at the earliest hour in the morning. Right, I'm surviving on next to nothing. I don't know how I'm doing. Tea, look, it's tea. It's Ray Bell's Irish tea. Ray, what's the name of that tea called, that Irish one? It's nice. Tea and Tato crisps. You know, so, and I have to take every opportunity now to get these statements, because there was one woman, she said, I don't know how long I've got left. She said, but I need to get the story out there. When I die, all these secrets die with me. And she has got one hell of a story. And I mean one hell of a story. But again, we won't be naming certain names because it will put her at mortal risk, and it will do likewise to me. You know? It's madness. It is craziness. But this really is the truth. If you know, years ago, if you'd have told me this was going on, I'd have found it incredulous. But it's not incredulous. You know, it really isn't incredulous. This is reality. And do you know what's sad? The police get the snippet, just the smallest amount of training on this, and they could do so much more. They could, if they were led properly. If they were led properly, I've got nothing but disdain now for high-ranked Barry's tea. That's it, Barry's tea. I've got Barry's tea in here. For these, except Mike Ville, of course. He was the only real true leader the police ever had. And then the upper proper coppers doing the right thing. I really, you know, I worked under a proper copper as well, a blinding guy. You know, Paulie boy, you good man. You know, but they're few and far between. But if they're not doing their job, this don't go anywhere. And they're shutting these inquiries down because they don't want to take it to court, because they said no one will believe them. The CPS aren't looking into it. You know, we need to bully them, shame them, whatever it takes to get these things back on track and to get them out there. The media have totally abandoned us. They really have. They have totally and utterly abandoned us. They've left us high and dry. They are doing nothing. Not once. I've got a Christian TV station interviewing me on Saturday, which is good. I'm looking forward to that. You know, they've got a big following out in America, and they believe in this. It's the first time actually that any Christian radio or TV has been in touch. You know, like I said, I've done Sikhs, the Muslim chaps a few times, but nothing from the Christians, and I'm appalled by them. But they seem like they're coming through now. Someone said to me the other day, well, from a Christian group, well, maybe they don't know. I said, what do you mean they don't know? It's been mentioned on most of the government inquiries what the Anglican Church has covered up, what the Catholic Church has covered up. They've made, you know, international, national and local apologies. Of course they know what's going on. They've even got safeguarding units. Of course they know what's going on, you know? And some of these bishops don't even allow anyone to mention the word devil in their services. Well, what's going on? What is going on? You know, and that's where the cover-up is. And it's the lack of people helping, the lack of the people frightened to sort of help because they don't want to be caught up in it. They'll load the gun and give it the meat to fire, but that's all they will do. And then they back away. As long as there's no audit trail to them, they're happy. But my name is stamped all over this. You know, it's slapped all over this, everywhere. It's my name, Wedger. You know, I'll be the first one to cop it. So don't you lot start getting panicky and worrying, because it would be me that gets it before any of you lot. You know, so come on, let's grow a backbone here, eh? And when we have something, let's turn up. One day. If you are retired, what harm would it have to just jump on a train and come down, or get a bus? Just for one day. You will be around like-minded people. You know? of course you're going to be under police surveillance, but you know what does it matter? You are doing nothing wrong. You are speaking out and saying no more. We do not want our children abused, raped, murdered, etc, etc, etc. We don't want it. So nothing wrong in that. You know, surely that's what we should be doing as decent, you know, human beings anyway. But so anyway, so that's Paula Bradley said, I'm in your army, John. I know damn well you are, Paula. Yeah, you know, I know. But so that's that. What is new? Badges. I've got some badges in my pocket. I'm going to be putting a little thing online. These badges all in different languages. They're really, really good. Where are they? Alan Merrick's badges. Here we go. Something to do with Kinder, not the eggs. Yeah, a German one. All right. Funny enough, that word paedophile, paedophilin, in the German. It's all you know. That's right. Sue's put out there. I mean, Sue travels about. She's disabled in a little mobo cart. You know, she turns up. You know, she can do it. Anyone else can do it. You know, so it is. We're not going to have. I don't think we're going to have an opportunity very soon. You know, I think that you know, a serious clampdown is coming. I can almost feel it. I think something is really in the pipeline here. I can feel it. And this lockdown thing, it was all meant to be, you know, a few weeks, you know, and all that. It's still going on. In fact, it's getting worse now. We've got to wear masks, you know, on public transport, in shops and all that. And it's been proven to be a load of old nonsense. And yet it's getting worse. So if you're not going to comply, you starve, basically. You want the pubs are gone. Pubs are fucked. They're gone. They're finished. You know, that's it. That's it. We say goodbye to the sacred British institution, which is the ale house. You know, they're off of their furlough now, right? They can open up. Their furlough stops, but they're not getting the punters through the door. You know, they're not even allowed to have the punters through the door. You know, you've got to fill out a bit of paperwork and all that just to go and have a jar down your pub. And they're gone. So the pubs are gone, you know, and all these things. Don't go on holiday anymore. That's finished. Foreign holidays, basically end of. The Canary Islands, all their hotels are shut. A lot of parts of Spain. You know, someone's put there will be light at the end of the tunnel. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. But if you sit on your arse and allow them to do it to you, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. I bet the Jews thought that during the Second World War. I bet the Gypsies thought that during the Second World War. It's all right. They'll do the good for us. You know, we've seen it happen. You know, there was no light at the end of the tunnel for them. There was just a door they got opened, and you know, it's happened. It has happened in living memory, and it will happen again. You know, back then people didn't really expose Satanism. We are exposing it now, and therefore, do you think we're more or less of a threat to this globalist mob? You know, I think, you know, we are a huge threat to them. What we know and what we do, I think it's a massive threat to them, because for once, for the first time ever, we are speaking out against this. Near enough every one of my testimonies now is to do with SRA. Near enough every one of them. I've got Nikki calling me. I was doing my podcast. You know, this is what's... So it's put me off now. This is what's going on. Our freedom and our free... Yeah, someone's putting it. Our freedom and our free speech is going. It is going. It is going. You know, you try and have a conversation about the issues that we're dealing with. You go to work and talk to people. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They're like, oh, no. Can we not talk about that? Can we not talk about that, please? They don't. They shut themselves off. You've got married couples now that one believes in the COVID and one don't. It's splitting families apart. You know. It's someone put a lovely video out and they're saying about, you know, that in certain parts of America they stopped them buying seeds to grow their own vegetables. I grew my own, but I couldn't buy courgettes, and a few of them I couldn't buy. You know, seeds all got taken out of the shops. You could buy flowers, but you couldn't buy food. And he said we could buy lottery tickets, but we can't buy seeds. And what about contagious tuberculosis? You know, when I was in the police, it was massively on the rise in the Bengali communities. It was absolutely skyrocketing. No one wore anything, and that really is massively airborne transmitted. Nothing about that anymore. Contagious hepatitis, contagious tuberculosis, all these things, are real killers. Let alone the people that die on the roads, and let alone the people that die from suicide through depression because they've been abused as kids. That don't come into it though, does it? I don't get it. I don't. My intelligence and my heart and my morals and every bit of my worth just doesn't get it. It don't get it. I just don't get any of it, I really, really don't. So, and I think it's all connected, because since this COVID's come in, all the emphasis that was going on to like the Epstein stuff, the Prince Andrew stuff, our protest, all of that is just gone. And they stopped protest. You can't protest. It's all stopped. Unless it's the, Lives Matter thing, then that's all right. Pull down the statue, that's not a bad thing, but speak out against paedophilia, oh my God, no way, don't do that, or vaccination of your children. So, anyway, that's that. So this is on my little midweek rant. Tomorrow, please stay tuned. It'll be the first of a fortnightly podcasts that I'll be doing with Nikki. If you remember, Nikki was a former crack addict street worker that teamed up with me. The video that we did is pushing nearly 250,000 hits on YouTube, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I think it's beating Sean Atwood's ones and things like that, so that's absolutely flying through. So Nikki come up with the idea of, she's a phenomenal researcher, absolute phenomenal researcher. So Nikki's saying that she wants to have an hour every fortnight to sort of go through sort of global current affairs regarding paedophilia, cover-up Satanism and the cover-ups, of which she's got an extreme amount of knowledge. And she's coming from a very down-to-earth, street-level point of view, and I think it's a good idea. So that's going to be termed two with a brew. So there's two of us, and we'll both have a brew. Hence, that two with a brew. So it'll be Johnny and Nikki chewing the fat, as it were. So that'll be tomorrow. And it's a good combination as well. Good combination. You've got the ex-copper and the ex-street worker teaming up for a common good. All right. So that'll be tomorrow. So please stay tuned for that. Please let's give that a massive boost. And this is what it's all about: tuning in. And so anyway, time for me to sort of go back down. Just a little look around London. The weather's changed. Where are we now? Let's just go. I'll go over to the east. I always like to finish in the west. I always like to finish in the west. So the east side, drizzly. Drizzle. All right. Go round to south. Again, not a good picture. Paddington. Again, it looks like it's coming up from the south, a little bit overcasty down that way. And let's go where the sun always sets in Kingsbury. So let's just walk over to Harrow on the Hill, Kingsbury area, the moral high ground. And just spin it round in a sec. I don't bother with the north area of London. I find it bland. Here we go. There we go. So the sun's going down over there. It's getting darker and darker now. We've had our fill of sun for the year. We've had a good year anyway. All right. So chin up, everyone. Things will change, but we have to make them change. We've really got to make them change. Please keep the letters going to Pepsi. He's in a very low ebb at the moment. poor old peps. If anyone wants to write to the IOPC regarding them trying to shut me up, please feel free. I posted my letter online. You can look it up and just write them. There's a reference number on there. I mean, it's a blatant violation of freedom of speech, that is, and the right to be policed. They're actually removing. And like I said to someone the other day, if I got run over, you know, the ambulance would have to turn up. They can refuse to collect me. They can refuse to put fire out my house. Even if flipping Ian Brady got run over, the ambulance crew would turn up. So how dare they not police me for allegations of 3 senior officers claiming a huge amount of money that are involved in Satanism. Satanism in which children are raped, religiously raped, hence the way, and killed. So Angel Wilding, I worked with a lovely guy called Mickey Wilding years ago. So that's it. So please, if people want to do something, crack on and write a letter. Let's do it. It doesn't take much time. It's not for me to preach to anyone. You know what he's doing anyway. So God bless. Please come forward, people. Please speak out. You know, while we got time, let's make use of every single minute, because I've got a feeling this is borrowed time. I really have got a feeling. You know, we've got this golden opportunity here to crack on and do some serious work. We can't let it drop, otherwise I think we will be sorry. We really will be sorry. So keep coming forward while I'm still doing what I'm doing. I've not been shut down. Please get my stories out there. Let's YouTube them. Let's pass them out onto Vimeo and all the other things. Smash them out there. They're real life testimonies of real life heroism and the most abhorrent criminality that is just deliberately getting pushed under the carpet by the police, by the UK police. So shame on all these people. All right. God bless everyone. Good night.